So hello friends, and today we shall be discussing about NLTK, and we'll be starting with NLTK. So first let us go to the download of how do you install NLTK. So if you are beginning for the first time, you go to your Anaconda command prompt, and in this Anaconda command prompt you have to write this command conda install -c Anaconda NLTK, and when you will write this command here, it will ask you yes or no whether to proceed or not. So you just press yes and NLTK will be downloaded. I'm not doing it because I already have it. This download can take a few hours to a lot of hours because it takes time. It is a large collection of various corpora and data sets. So now we are move on to where do you find this, where does it get installed, and everything I will be discussing. So first you open your Jupyter notebook, and this is my folder directory where I'm working. So I'll open a new Python 3 notebook, and here we shall start our NLP corpus. Okay, NLTK corpus. So this NLTK corpus, what is corpus? So first of all, what is corpus? Corpus, if I can say, is it is a plural form, and or I can say what is corpora. So corpora is singular, and pardon me for this. So this corpora is singular. It means it is a large body of linguistic data. So you've got various linguistic data, and it is a collection of that data. And when you've got multiple collection of this data, it becomes corpus. Okay. So one of the famous corpus is Gutenberg, and we'll be dealing with Gutenberg, we'll be dealing with Brown, Indian, and inaugural Indian, and I will show you 5 corpus how to load and start working on that. Few of them are listed here. So now I just convert this into raw, and let's start our importing of NLTK. So when your data has been downloaded, you can import this NLTK, and when it will be imported, what you have to write here is that the first command which you write here, that from NLTK.corpus you import Gutenberg. Okay, and I will tell you to just don't worry, just go with the flow, that what we are doing, just get a heck of it, how it looks here and how it is in your computer. I'll just tell you. And here we will write here file IDs, and we'll call this the Gutenberg file IDs. I have imported Gutenberg corpus from here. This corpus is again a collection of several texts which is from the Gutenberg press, and this is what we have got the text in Gutenberg, like Austin Emma, Austin Precautions, Persuasion, and Sense, Bible, Blake poems. You've got Shakespeare, Macbeth, Hamlet, Caesar, Paradise, Milton, and so on. So these are the texts which we can explore, and we'll see how do we really process these things here. Now, if I tell you something about, if you also write here simply like Gutenberg, if you don't write here that print, so if I simply write here file IDs, and it will be giving me a list of all these text I have. Okay, so there's a difference between the format and how it has been represented. Next, I will come to showing you something which is very interesting, and what I'll write here is now I want to see where can I find this Gutenberg in my computer, and where is it being stored. So what I write here is I can simply write here print Gutenberg, and this will give me the location where it is stored. So for me it is in C drive, users, HP, app data, roaming, NLTK data, corpora, Gutenberg. So you see that it hides itself in some app data and roaming, so you have to explore it. Now if you want to explore different data set or different corpora, then you have to mention that name of the corpora. So now I'll go to this location to see various corporas or corpus being located there. So I go here and I see here. Now you can see this data in Windows users HP app data roaming NLTK data. I go to Corpora. Now I also want to show you that in this NLTK data you've got tokenizers, taggers, stemmers, sentiment, and so many things. So we can work with so much of data. So that's why it consumes a lot of memory. You go to Corpora and you find a lot of Corpora here to work with. These are the linguistic text which we work on. And here we have got some important, like here brown I was saying. You can just click on this brown and then see the file IDs here. It continues to CA and there are like 503 items here. Okay. Now when I move back, there are comparative sentences and Gutenberg, as you can see here. You've got Genesis, okay, in different languages. You've got Gutenberg, in which we are working. So you can see here that we got all these text information in Python. We have called this that what are the text or what are the information here. So I got all these data here, right? Shakespeare, Hamlet, Caesar, Macbeth, and all. Now when I come to more corpora, more corpus, I would see here Indian, I'll see here inaugural. We'll be working with these two corpus also. And you've got movie review, you've got here one of the most important is like product reviews also are here. So you can work on these data sets. Shakespeare, sentiment, word scent, you've got stop words. We'll be discovering all these. A few important ones like wordnet, word text, and movie reviews and stuff. Okay, so for now let us just this is a basic thing, so I just shown you where it has been located. And here Indian, if you see, you've got various languages here, so we'll explore these languages also in our Python notebook. So this is where my NLTK gets downloaded, and this is how the data, the corpora, and what all the data I can access. Now I move on to finding out certain things. So let's just find here Caesar. Okay, I want to see what the Caesar has. So let's just write here. So I create an object called Caesar, and therein I write NLTK.Corpus. This is how you have to call this, and you write here from where. This is the Gutenberg corpus, and I want the words in what. Just copy this words in this Shakespeare Caesar.text. How many words are there in this text? So I can just get the number of words in Shakespeare Caesar, and then I will write here length of Caesar. How long is this? This is like around 2500, more than 2500 words here you have got. Okay, and if you want to print the, like suppose the length of again I will, from what corpus you want. I want Gutenberg, so I'll write here Gutenberg corpus, and what I want dot words. You can write dot sentences, and here I will write, let's explore a different data set now, and let's take Macbeth. Okay, Shakespeare Macbeth dot h text. Okay, and I want to find the length of this, and close. Okay, so you find the length of this, and you find something around like 2300 words are there. Okay, so next thing I come to is a different thing. Now suppose I want sentences. I told you about sentences. So we have got a data set here called, a text here in Gutenberg, which is white man leaves. So I'll take this white man leaves, and now I will do something with this. So I'll write here white man, and in this white man underscore sentences, because I want to type the sentences here, equals to from which corpora I want this. I want this from Gutenberg, and what do I want? I want the sentences. So I write as sentences, and then I just copy paste this text Whitman, sorry, it's Whitman leaves, and then I just call this Whitman underscore sentences. Okay, and so you can see the sentences, and in here you should know that the Spaces are also being counted here in the sentences. It is giving me commas also. It is just counting these colons also, these hyphens also. Everything is being counted and they are giving me the sentences here. Okay, so you see Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman 1855, Come Said, and all these things are here in this text. So I can get an idea of what all things, what all data or linguistic things, verbs, phrases are there in this text. Okay, so this was about Gutenberg. Now we come to Brown data set. I have told you this. Now we work with Brown corpus, and again I will write here from NLTK dot corpus. What I will do is I will import Brown. Okay, and when you import this, then you will write here Brown dot categories. Okay, so you can see the categories in Brown. So there are different genre here, different categories here, like adventure, you've got ballets, editorial, fiction, government, hobbies, learned, mystery, news, religion, review, romance, etc. So these are the categories, and it is very interesting corpora to explore, because you would find what all are the things which are being frequently used in these corpora. So let's just find out a few things here. If I can just zoom in. Okay, so now I will just tell you on to write. Let's just find something with romance. Okay, so like romance underscore text, I will write here from where do I want this from corpora brown dot, and I want the words from this. What words I want from the category. From what categories I want it from? Okay, romance, you can write here reviews, religion. Okay, we can write religion also, but okay, fine, let's just do this. So now I want the frequency distribution of how many words are there. So I'll write frequency distribution and then NLTK dot, just give this command frequency distribution, and I will write here w dot lower, and I'll create a for loop so that I can get all the list of the frequency, all the words which are there in this romance underscore text, which are the object I have created. So it will just iterate and let me know this. Now I will create something called morals, and in that I will write here, I will create a list here. So I will just because I don't know what is there in this text, so in romance I will just write simply there's a boy, there's a girl, there's love, and I can say there's could, maybe there's could, wish, or some words which you can just think of, right? Wish, or I can just write there's passion, and what else is there? I mean okay, let's just write here boy, girl. I can write here hot. Okay, we can just use this word. And if it is like smile, or happy, something like that, or let me just write here world. Okay, getting all those things right. So now see, these are the words which I don't know, I'm just guessing it. Okay, so just because of the word romance is there, so I'm thinking like maybe these things are there. So for M in model, I'm just writing this in this object. I would like to print this M, and I will concatenate it with the okay, and this will just please give me, and I will write here frequency distribution, and in this you give me this the names which I have given you for these words, and in the end I will also give it an end, and I'll give it with a space because you will see the difference if not giving the space and giving the space. So here I go and print this. Okay, got two arrows. So now you can see that I've got this love something like 36 times this frequency distribution is coming. Boys 39, girls 26, code is 195. Okay, wish 22, passion is like 5, hot is coming repeated 15 times, smile like 11 times, world is coming 26 times. So this is the frequency distribution of these words in this romance text from the brown corpus, right? Similarly, you can experiment with this religion, and you can write here, like instead of romance, you can write experiment here with religion. Let's see, just for the practice sake, you can also do that. And here for, like, I'll leave it the same, and here you can write here boy girl could wish. Okay, and I can just replace here like God. I'll write here blessing, or here I will write here me, like might, could, etc. And let's see what we get. So like here you've got may, might, could, God is used 136 times, blessings, to, smile, world. You can see here, like let's just also write here child. We are the children of God. Child too. Okay. So it is like this is how you can explore the data. This was about brown. Now I also want to show you about a different data set, and that is now coming to that is okay, Reuters. Okay, now you've got this Reuters. So this data set, or this corpus, I'm sorry, this corpus, now we will again do the same thing from NLTK dot corpus. What I want, I import these Reuters. Okay, and in this Reuters dot file, yes, file IDs. What are the file IDs here? So I'll get so many of them. See, you get it in the form of test, and it just continues. It's so long, so I can just write the categories of these routers, and these are overlapping corpus. I'll just explain you what do you mean by this. There are various categories of corpus also which we are working with. So these are the categories which we will get. Now you can see the categories of this. You've got like ship, silver, sugar, yen, zinc, and so on. So there are a lot of categories here. Now I want to show you something from this text corpus structure, how it has been structured. Now you see that the simplest kind, it lacks any kind of structure. This is just an isolated text, and it is just a collection of text that you can see in Gutenberg web text. These are the examples of this, and we've explored Gutenberg. It is quite easy text corpus to deal with. And when you come with categorize, that is brown, which we have seen here, the brown data set. And in brown we have seen various genre, like genre, that is fiction, government, hobbies, and etc. So this is kind of an organized or categorized corpus. Now this root was is something what is overlapping, so this becomes a little difficult to, complex to fetch this data set, this corpus. So this is rooters, and you've got inaugural, which we will see next, and that is temporal, with time. So you've got various dates and years here in this temporal. So these are the different types of text corpus structures. Isolated is done, categorized is done, overlapping is done. Now we'll deal with temporal. Okay. So this was about the categories, routers, and now we come to a different corpus, and let's just explore a different corpus of, I said temporal, right? So temporal would be inaugural, because you have this from, I've shown you previously also. Again, you will write NLTK dot corpus import. What you will import inaugural, right? Inaugural. And then you will just in this inaugural dot file IDs, right here, file IDs, and then you can just see the speeches of various American president, US presidents, from like dating back to 1789, from Washington till Obama, Barack, no, it's still Trump 2017. So this is a text of all the inaugural speeches made by the US presidents. Okay, so I'll show you something interesting here. Let's just plot the number of times the citizens and the nation they have used in their speeches. So for what I'll do is, this is the frequency which I'm using, conditional frequency distribution, and here it is NLTK dot, there is N, okay. So here you've got NLTK dot conditional frequency distribution, okay. And in this, what I will do is I will write here target, and actually this also has to be here, and okay. So I will write here target, and I will write here file IDs, and okay, so this is what I will give here for, and I close this, because now what I'll do is I'll write here for file, I'll make a loop here for file ID in inaugural, okay, in my this data set, and inaugural. What I will do is I will simply write here file IDs, and again for now what I want here, I want to make like for W in, let me just write it and then I will explain you this thing. Inaugural, okay, inaugural dot words, and then I have got here file ID, where am I? Yes, and then again for target, see this is, I'm making it for this, the target and file IDs, I'm making two loops here, for loops, and this, the target I'm giving is, they have to say it America, and they have to say citizens. I want just to know how many times they are saying the American and citizens in their speeches. Different presidents have used this thing, and then I will write if W dot lower, and then I will write here dot starts with target, starts with target, and then I will close this bracket, and then what I do is I will just simply plot it, and we'll write here is CFD dot plot. Let's see what it gives us. Fingers crossed. Target file IDs, and then I have got here for file ID in this inaugural file IDs, I want to retrieve how many times American and citizens have been used by various presidents during their speeches, inaugural speeches. So that is what I write here, okay. But I have made here file ID, and here is file ID IDs, okay. And you can write here like if you don't want to give your file ID, you can write here only file also, it depends upon you, but okay, let's see. So just plotting the data, and the matplotlib acts as its use. So now you can see that over the course of years, like here 2017, the America has been used like around 35, more than 35 this thing counts. And previous presidents used to use the citizens a lot of time, and especially in the span of like around 1840s, and so you've got citizens so much. And here now the nation gets more prominence, America, and you can associate yourself with America if you're an American citizen, and you know people tend to like those speeches. So you can see the trend that it is increasing so much. During Trump times it has just shooted, but not here with the citizen, it has just not been used so frequently now, okay. So this is how you can just see the graph. This is just a way. Now I will explore you one more data set which is just for fun, and this is really very interesting, and that is an Indian data set. If I told you about the Indian Corpora, and let's just talk about Indian Corpora. So what I do is from NLTK again, I would import this. Okay, so what I do is from, what is this? Okay, so from NLTK dot Corpus, what I'll do is I will import again Indian. This is the corpora I want, and then I will write here Indian dot file IDs, and just see, we've got Bangla.pos, Indian.pos, Hindi and Marathi and Telugu. Now, what you do is, I want to see what all words are there in this Indian words corpus, especially Hindi. So I'll just write here dot words, and this is dot, okay, dot words, Indian words, and here it is Hindi dot. Now since I got the name, I can write here Hindi.pos and just hit click enter. So you get this Hindi like Poon, Pratibandh, Hatao. You've got these colons also, and then Iraq, Sanyukt, and so on. Now if you want to change this to like Bangla, so you get this like, I don't know how to read this, uh, Omar, Amar, I don't know, and then you can write here Telugu, Telugu. Okay, I can just read this for and this period. And similarly, you can just also explore this Marathi, since this is a small corpus, so not much this thing. So you can just read this Va, Samaj, etc. And if you just want to check the length of suppose the Bangla.pos, it'll give you 10. If you want to check about Hindi, it is 9. So these are only 9 something words here. So that is what you're getting here. Okay. So this was about the different type of corpus which we have seen: isolated, categorized, overlapping, literal, and temporal, which was inaugural. And I'll provide a link here in the description box to go through this data set, this corpora, and this. It's a very good NLTK.org book. This is chapter 2 of this, wherein they have explored all these data sets, and these are the words, these are the examples which we can use to import and see, explore our corpora. So we have used file IDs, we have used categories. Raw is something which also includes all your spaces also. It is not giving your data without spaces. So that is raw, which we'll use later. Sentences, words we have used. Here you can specify the words of specific fields here. Because if you don't want words of the entire corpora, you just want it for specific fields, so just specify that. Sentences, okay, then encoding also, if you know the encoding of the file, what it is, UTB-8 or something. And root is like where it is located, and readme if you want to read the contents. So this is about the NLTK corpora and its different type, and how do you really work with these files, get into Python and start exploring these data sets. So in the next tutorial, we will explore more about it, like stop word stemming, lemmatizing, and so on. So stay tuned, guys, and thanks for watching.